Hello everyone and welcome back to Ian's Innovations. Today I'll be talking about something that came out of nowhere. Not long ago on August 19th, 2019, Little Nightmares 2 was officially announced at Gamescom 2019 and we even got a reveal trailer of the game. Now, I wanted to do a reaction to the trailer, without a camera by the way, but I couldn't figure out how to work with the programs I had. For this video, I'm going to express my opinion on the announcement of Little Nightmares 2 and point out some of the things in the trailer that I thought were interesting. So when the trailer starts, I notice how 6 was short on a beach next to an ocean, which most likely references the ending of the first game where it was implied that 6 escaped the maw and went out into the ocean. Now you're probably telling me, hey, that's not 6. She isn't even wearing her iconic yellow raincoat. Well, as seen here in our scene where she puts on the raincoat, it's clearly 6. However, if she reacquires her raincoat later and doesn't have it at the beginning, could this mean that this is instead a prequel? Well, I personally think it's most likely a sequel, since the previously released Very Little Nightmares is a prequel, and why would we necessarily need 2 prequels? Another very noteworthy thing we see is that 6 isn't alone on this adventure. Alongside her is this mysterious new character with a paper bag on his head and a trench coat. Now, at the announcement of Little Nightmares 2 at Gamescom, David Mervick, the narrative designer of the first game and this game, revealed a few more details on the game while on stage. Firstly, he revealed that this new character is named Mono, probably to fit in with the theme of 6's name where mono means one.
For you guys to do a sequel, where did you want to take it? Seems like there's a new character, right?
Yeah, it's a new character called Mono that you'll be playing as. 6 is there as well, so but you'll be playing as Mono.
Could this mean that we'll be playing as both 6 and Mono? Could there even be both co-op gameplay? Well, Tarsier Studios have already confirmed that it will be single player only. They also confirmed that we'll only be playing as Mono, and 6 will instead be an AI-controlled character, which makes me more curious on how exactly the game will begin.
Really sounds already intriguing. So we control Mono as the new character. Does that mean we don't have direct control over 6?
Yeah, that's correct. So you only control Mono. 6 is an AI-driven companion, but at the same time you can ask her to do something or check something for you. I mean, if that's relevant, she will. If that's not relevant, she will just follow her, normal behavior.
Throughout the trailer, we see 6 and Mono traversing through various locations. One location that really caught my attention is this new forest location, where we even see a new enemy who appears to be some crazy hunter. It also looks like that we'll be going through some kind of city, along with other interesting looking locations like what looks like an asylum with severed body parts, and a school with creepy looking students and a disturbing teacher. While I was watching the trailer, I noticed that some of these things appeared as portraits in Secrets of the Maw from the first game. For example, the previously mentioned teacher bears a striking resemblance to the lady on a portrait from the portrait puzzle from the Residence DLC. Speaking of that teacher, in this earlier scene from the trailer, we see Mono attacking her students with a soup ladle. Mervick also confirmed that there will be sections in the game where 6 and Mono can pick up tools and other items to defend themselves instead of just running away.
And I noticed weapons now? We're going to have some combat?
Kitchen utensils.
Okay,
yeah,
those can be weapons. Okay. So is this going to be a little bit, is it even darker? I mean, is there combat a big part of this game?
It's a part of the game, but it's just another part of the balance, really. I mean, you're never really going to be Rambo in our kind of games, but you can try your best to stay safe.
Interestingly, the students that Mono attacks breaks into pieces, similar to porcelain. I guess that means they aren't human. I mean, are any of the characters in the Little Nightmares universe even regular humans? One thing that's shown a couple times throughout the trailer are these TVs that appear to be important to the game. They appear to hypnotize people that stare at them as seen here. Now, the same scene caught my attention because these appear to be regular humans. I mean, sure, They still look like they came straight out of a Tim Burton movie, but they definitely look more normal compared to the fat, ugly guests from the first game. Later in the trailer, we can even see Mono interacting with a TV. Could this be a new gameplay mechanic? Who knows? These TVs may be related to the location that Six and Mono have to get to on their journey, which is this tall skyscraper in the city with a signal antenna. Murphic confirmed that this place is called the Signal Tower, and is the main place that the two characters will have to get to as stated before. And I'm not gonna lie, it reminds me of the Citadel from Half-Life 2.
But you'll be playing as Mono, and the pair of you are going to a place called the Signal Tower, which is the center of the whole story.
At the end of the trailer, we see Nerd TV behind a winded up music box, and not long after it stops playing music, we briefly see a glimpse of a tall man on the screen, and then it cuts to black. Could he be the one operating the TVs and the Signal Tower? Who knows? Little Nightmares 2 will release in 2020. When exactly in 2020? I don't know. It will be released on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Now we still have no word on if it will also be released on the PS5 or the next Xbox. So, now that we've looked at the trailer and discussed what we know so far, I'll now tell you my personal questions on the game. First off, if this game really is a sequel, then why don't we see Six using those mysterious dark magic powers that she acquired at the end of the first game? Did they get taken away from her when she was out in the ocean? Or, if she did still have her powers, then it would have made this game way too easy. Secondly, who is Mono? Now, we already know that he will be Six's companion in this game, but why does he have that bag on his head? What was he doing before he met Six? What does he do with the TVs? And what are his true intentions? Third, will the game be longer than the first one? One of the main criticisms of the first Little Nightmares was that it was too short, where you would normally beat it in around 2 or 3 hours. Or you could beat it in less than an hour if you're trying to get the hard to the core achievement, which I already have done by the way. Judging by how much more grand and expansive these new locations look in this game, maybe it could be longer. And also, the guys at Tarsier Studios say that they listed the criticisms of the first game, as well as hinting that this may be a longer experience.
Right, cool. Does that also mean, because we also saw in the trailer that they broke out, so they're in the open world right now, and since they are two characters in one world, does this also mean you created bigger segments, like bigger puzzles, bigger enemies, since the power has been doubled since there are two characters now?
Two child characters though, so I mean, if you see what they're up against, I don't know if they're like twice as powerful, but they've got twice as many chances to try and survive. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the areas, it's an outside area now, so we have like the wilderness, like this forest, which isn't a Disney forest. It's very much a Little Nightmares environment still, so that's been a lot of fun, just like thinking, I mean, we saw glimpses of the outside world in the first game, but now, like, getting people thinking, well, how would an outside world really look? What kind of a world could the Moor exist in, even though, wherever it is?
Fourth, have we seen everything from the game in the trailer? Well, that answer would most definitely be no, since they obviously would not want to spoil some stuff and keep some surprises a secret for now. Fifth, how will all this tie into the Little Nightmares universe? Well, it would probably expand on the universe, but will it tie in with the past stuff like the Maw or the Nest? And last but not least, is this a sequel or a prequel? Now, I know I already made my guess that it's a sequel, but when looking at the details more closely, I'm still torn on what it could be. Hell, Tarsier Studios isn't even revealing when the timeline Little Nightmares 2 is set in.
Can you tell us a bit more about the game? Is it a direct sequel? Where are we exactly?
It's the second game in the Little Nightmares universe, but we're not really talking about where in the timeline it takes place right now.
And for all, or at least most of these questions, we'll just have to wait and see with more information provided in the future. So now I'll talk about what I think of the announcement of Little Nightmares 2. And if you couldn't tell already, I am very excited for this game. With the variety of new unique locations and ideas, it just blows the first game out of the water, no pun intended. I'm also especially excited about how Little Nightmares 2 will expand this mysterious universe, which I know it will. I honestly expected that we get a sequel. I think everyone else did, so I'm not extremely surprised. I think Tarsier Studios may have been developing this game since Secrets of the Maw concluded, which The Residents, the third and final DLC, came out at the beginning of 2018. I think this because all the stuff that we see in the trailer had to have taken a long time to develop, and the fact that Very Little Nightmares wasn't developed by Tarsier. It was instead developed by a different studio. Well, now I'll talk about other Little Nightmares stuff that I might do videos on. So, speaking of Very Little Nightmares, it's been 4 months since it came out on iOS and there still isn't an official Android release. And I use Android, by the way. That's why I've yet to make a video on that game. I just really hope that we'll get an Android version before Little Nightmares 2 comes out, so I can express my opinion on the game, speculate about it, and see how it fits in with the first game. Next, what the hell happened to the TV show? It was announced before the first game came out that we'd be getting a Little Nightmares TV show. However, it's been over 2 years and we still only got very little information on it, and I'll make a video on that. Third, I did promise in the Little Nightmares Who Is 6 video that I'll speculate about the Little Nightmares comic books. And I'll also speculate on why we never got any more issues after the second one, or if they're still canon. And last up, I will be doing the videos on Secrets of the Maw and the Runaway Kid. The script for the first video is already in the works, it's just that I had to put it on hold because I was working on this video. Hopefully at least most of those videos will come out before Little Nightmares 2. Since I have a tendency to release videos like these long after the original envisioned release date. For example, the My Love for Half-Life series video began production around August or September 2018, and I originally wanted it to come out in November of that year, but it didn't end up releasing until April of this year. So yeah, I'm really excited about Little Nightmares 2. As with anything that's coming soon, I have some questions about it, but hopefully most of them will get answered. I'll be making other Little Nightmares videos before the sequel comes out, so be on the lookout for that. And of course, I'll try to get the game on its release. Thank you for watching this video on my thoughts on Little Nightmares 2. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I hope you're just as excited for the sequel to Little Nightmares as I am. Goodbye!